I'm fine, ma'am.
Okay, so let us begin. So, this is our new episode of Rakshin Diaries, and we have Shraya with us. And Shraya, can you just give a brief introduction of yourself?
So my name is Shreya Krishna. I'm coming from Malayangiri, Trivandrum. I'm a first year botany and biotechnology student as well as an NSS volunteer from Government Arts College, Trivandrum.
Great, Shraya, great. So, we had the session very lately in your college, right? Yeah,
Yes,
last
ma'am.
month, I guess. So before the session, did you have any kind of knowledge or information on the POXO Act? I think that you'll be aware of the existence of POXO Act, but still, were you aware of the legislations or the clauses that were in the POXO Act and its broader view?
I was aware of POXO Act and I was aware that there is a law known as POXO Act, but I didn't have much information or anything about this law or what things this law does or anything like that. It's during that session that you have conducted in our college, I became well aware of what POXO Act is and how if someone reports a case, how you handle all these, and I became aware of all those from that session.
Okay, that's great, Sraya. So, can you share a brief experience of the session? Just a brief recap on what all you learned or what all you were new to during that session.
So during that session, one thing I wanted to say is that there was a stigma that existed in our society, and we all believed that among the sexual abuse cases that's happening in our country and around the world, females or girls are the victims. So from that
Okay,
session, we all became aware that among most of the sexual assault cases, boys or men are the victims, about 50 percentage of them. That's a thing
okay,
that was new to me. And
okay.
in that session, we became more aware of POXO. And so, if we became aware of a case like this, or if someone comes to us and say that they were abused, what all things that we should do to report and how can we handle those situations. That
Okay.
was all the ideas I was new to during those
Okay.
sessions.
So we also discussed that there is a great barrier on reporting, right? So what do you
Yes.
think is act as challenges towards reporting? We really, I think all the students at the session were so surprised to know that around 50 percentage of the cases remain unreported. So what do you think are the challenges that we usually see in our society that inhibits the reporting?
So I think the first and foremost thing that's a barrier to this reporting is that most of the people are not aware of how we should report or how we should respond
Okay.
if we came to know about a case like this. Lack of
Okay.
awareness is the main issue that is still prevailing. And
Okay.
another thing is that stigma and the feeling of ashame. If a child or someone has become a victim to abuse, they will be so afraid to report, or first thing that
Yes.
comes to their mind is that oh my god, I have become a victim. How can I face the society? uh, my pride
Okay.
is gone, my family's pride is gone, so I can't report this, I should remain silent. That's the main barrier, I think, is stopping people
Okay.
from reporting these kinds of cases.
Okay, that's great, Sraya. You have explained it very detailedly. And about you told about the the lack of awareness about reporting. So we already introduced you to the methods where we can report. And have you just spread that information to anyone after the session? Did you just take the time to tell it to your friends or your siblings, maybe?
Yes, after the session, we went to our class, and most of our
Okay.
friends who are not a part of NSS were just sitting in our class. So, when they
Okay.
asked us what was the session, what was all that about,
Okay.
we all the friends who have attended the session just told them, and they have conducted this session about child abuse and how we should report these cases, how we should respond, and we have briefly talked to all our friends about that matters.
Okay, okay. Okay, that's really great of you, Shreya. And next is I have already told during the session that once that session got over, you all will be transformed to Rakshins, right? So, as a Rakshin, what do you think you can do in the society to protect our young siblings from child abuse?
So the first thing I can do as a action is that to create awareness. In our society, most of the people are still unaware of all these problems and how we can report these kinds of cases and all. So as a action, first thing I would do is to make people aware. I would speak with my parents, friends, colleagues, everybody about how we can report these cases, what we should do if we became aware of such a case. And then
Okay,
I would teach my siblings and my friends to say no in the right time, and
okay,
we should respond and do the right thing if we became a victim, or we came to അങ്ങനെ ഒരു
to understand about. Yeah,
സിറ്റുവേഷനിലേക്ക്
okay.
സിറ്റുവേഷനിലേക്ക് വരുമ്പോൾ എങ്ങനെ റെസ്പോണ്ട് ചെയ്യണം എന്ന് ഐ വിൽ മേക്ക് ദം വെൽ
Okay.
അവെയർ.
Okay, you will educate your siblings, right, to respond
Yes.
to such situations. Okay, that's great. So personally, Sraya, have you encountered any cases like this where a child has been abused? Have you tried to intervene in such cases, or have you seen anyone intervene in such
So
to prevent that child from sexual abuse?
I have personally never came to aware of any of the situations like this,
I
or
came to know
I
about
have
that.
never.
Okay, okay. Okay, so if at all you come to know about such a case, what would you be doing first in this
So
time?
if I came to know that someone, a child, is being sexually abused, I would
Okay,
first ask about the details or about that child. Then,
okay,
um, first thing that comes to my mind is that I would talk to that child. I would visit
okay,
that child and make them feel, support them and make them feel comfortable. And
okay.
I would strongly tell them that I am there for you. If you want to open
Okay,
up, you can open up, and I will help you to get through this. And you can
okay,
say everything.
okay. I think that's what we Rakshan should do, right? To keep our
Yes.
young brothers and sisters safe. So, what did you come to know more about the POXO Act? Can you just elaborate on what all more in additional information you got from the session?
And so at first, when before that session, I was just a little bit aware of POXO, and I'm aware that it is a law or act to protect children. And after that
Okay,
session, I became more aware of how we can report those cases, and
okay.
like
We
ഒരു
have the
POXO.
childline helpline number, right? Which is,
Yes,
do you remember? Yeah.
1098.
Oh, that's great. Okay. So, what all other measures did you come to know
So
other
if
than,
I came to
yeah,
know, if I came to know about such a case, I should say that person that you should not remain silent. You should talk with somebody and then
yes,
report this to the police station or the national child helpline number. They'll be so
oh,
they will be so friendly, and there is nothing to worry about. You can
yes,
openly tell your problems and report those
yes,
cases, and there will be the case proceedings will be with the camera inbuilt settings, and your
yes,
identity will not be known to others, and everything will
yes.
be secure. Your informations and all will be secure. That's all.
Okay. Okay, and during the session, we also came to know that majority, I think more than half of the child abusers are people who are known to the child, right? They have complete
Yes.
responsibility and trust over the child. So, when you heard about that, what did you feel at first?
At first, I was shocked as well as surprised. because before that session, I always thought that most of the abusers will be strangers, and there will be
Okay.
a little amount of people who are the trusted people to that child. But after
Okay.
that session, I became completely aware that more than 50% or most of the abusers are the people who the child has trusted the most, and they are from their family itself.
Okay. Okay, so that's all, Sraya. We had a very great experience with you, and I believe that as a Rakshin, you will be able to make a drastic change in our society. So that's all about this today's Rakshin Diary. Thank you so much for joining, and we'll meet again lately. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.